Okay, y'all, we seriously need to talk. I usually try to stay out of the crazy fan theories online. I really do. But this week, my phone has been absolutely blowing up, and I can't ignore it anymore. You've seen the picture. I know you have. The one of my sister Jana holding her sweet new baby boy, Archie. And I know exactly what you're thinking because I thought the exact same thing. Why does my nephew look exactly like my husband, Austin? It is the wildest thing I have ever seen. I'm not even joking. When I first scrolled past that photo, I literally did a double take and thought it was an old picture of our son, Gideon. The nose, the eyes, the expression. It is undeniable. And let me tell you, Austin has some thoughts about it too. Today, I'm sitting down to spill the tea on the Lookalike drama, share what went down in the family group chat, and reveal what Jana really thinks about her baby twinning with her brother-in-law. Buckle up, because this is about to get hilarious. So, let me take you back to Tuesday morning. I was sitting on the couch with the kids, just having my coffee, and I decided to open Instagram to check on some updates. Usually, my feed is filled with friends, DI projects, maybe some camping gear ads, normal stuff. But this time, it was wall-to-wall Jana, and not just any picture Jana, it was the picture. The first high definition, professional shot of her holding little Archie. Now, obviously, I've seen Archie in person. I've held him, I've smelled that new baby smell, all of it. But seeing him in that specific lighting, frozen in a high-quality photo, hit me different. I literally stopped scrolling. My thumb just hovered over the screen. I remember squinting and pulling the phone closer to my face. I wasn't looking at Jana's smile, which was beautiful, by the way. I was looking dead at that baby's face. And my first instinct, my immediate gut reaction, was, wait, is that Gideon? I honestly thought for a split second that someone had reposted an old photo of my son Gideon from when he was a newborn. The brow furrow, the set of the mouth, the intense little stare, it was uncanny. I had to shake my head and look at the caption to remind myself, no, Joy, that's Archie, that's Jana's baby. But once I saw the resemblance, I couldn't unsee it. And apparently, neither could the rest of the world. Because within 10 minutes, people were tagging me, tagging Austin, and sending me side comparisons that were honestly shocking. Okay, let's get specific here. What exactly are we looking at? Because it's not just a general, all babies look alike thing. No, this is specific. We call it the Forsyth face in our house. Austin has very distinct features. He has that strong, straight nose, deep set eyes, and this very serious, intense expression when he's focused. We joke that he was born looking like he was ready to build a house. And little Archie. He has that exact same expression. If you zoom in on the photo, which I know you all did, don't lie. Look at the nose. It's the bridge of the nose that really gets me. Duggars tend to have a slightly different nose shape. A bit rounder, maybe. But Archie has that sharp, defined Forsyth bridge. And then the eyes. Austin has these piercing blue eyes, and while baby eye colors change, the shape of Archie's eyes is identical to Austin's. It's like someone took a Xerox copy of my husband's face and just shrunk it down. I was looking at the photo and tracing the features with my finger, trying to find Stephen, Jana's husband, in there. And sure, maybe the chin is Stephen's, maybe the ears, but the T-zone, the eyes and nose, that is 100% Austin Forsyth. It's hilarious because genetics are so wild. You never know what you're going to get, but I never expected my sister's kid to look more like my husband than my own kids do sometimes. So, naturally, I couldn't keep this to myself. Austin was outside working on the truck, and I ran out there with my phone in my hand. I didn't even say anything at first. I just shoved the screen in his face. He wiped his greasy hands on a rag and looked at it. He squinted, classic Austin move, and stared for a solid 5 seconds. I said, "Baby, look at him." Who does that look like? He looked at me, looked back at the phone, and then this slow grin spread across his face. He chuckled and said, "Well, he's a handsome fella. I'll give him that." I said, "Austin, be serious. Does he not look exactly like you?" And he laughed and said, "Yeah, I see it." Poor kid got my nose. He thought it was the funniest thing. Austin isn't one to get caught up in internet drama, but even he was amazed by the resemblance. he started joking that maybe we should claim him. He was like, "Are we sure we didn't accidentally switch babies at a reunion or something?" Obviously joking, but it became the running joke of the day. Every time he walked past me, he'd ask any updates on my twin. It was so funny seeing him get a kick out of it. Usually, he rolls his eyes at fan theories, but this one, he was fully on board. He even asked me to send him the picture so he could zoom in on it himself. That's when you know it's real, when Austin Forsyth actually asks for a digital file. Okay, so after Austin confirmed that I wasn't losing my mind, I went into full detective mode. I literally ran to the hallway closet where I keep all the old photo albums. I dragged out the box labeled 2018 because I needed hard evidence. I wanted to see Gideon's newborn pictures right next to Archie's. I pulled out this one specific photo of Gideon when he was maybe 3 days old. He was wrapped in this blue hospital blanket, looking straight at the camera with this super serious, furrowed brow. We used to joke that Gideon came out looking like a 40-year-old construction worker because he was just so serious. I held that picture up next to my iPad with Archie's face on it, and y'all, I got chills. It wasn't just similar, it was identical. The hairline, the shape of the chin, even the way their little ears curl at the top. I showed it to the kids, and I asked Gideon, "Who is this baby?" Pointing to Archie. And Gideon, my own son, looked at it and said, "That's me, Ma!" I just started laughing. I was like, "No, buddy, that's your cousin Archie." But even he couldn't tell the difference. It's crazy because usually you compare a baby to their parents. You look for Jana's smile or Stephen's eyes. But here we are, skipping a whole branch of the family tree and landing right on the Forsyths. It makes you realize how wild genetics are. You think you know what a baby is going to look like, and then boom, nature throws you a curveball that looks exactly like your uncle. If you think the internet was going crazy, you should have seen the Duggar sisters group chat. Oh my goodness. It usually starts popping off around 10 a.m., but that day, it was buzzing at 7 a.m. Jessa was actually the first one to bring it up. She sent a screenshot of a fan comment that said, "Why did Jana give birth to Austin?" And she put a row of skull emojis. I was dying laughing. Then Jill chimed in. She's always the analytical one, and she was like, "Okay, but scientifically, how is this possible? Do we have a recessed gene somewhere?" Then the brothers started waking up and seeing the chat. Josiah sent a side meme that someone had already made on Twitter, and he wrote, "Austin, you got some explaining to do," obviously joking. But the funniest part was seeing everyone's genuine shock. Usually in our family, we hype each other up like, "Oh, he's so cute. He looks just like you, Jana." But nobody could lie. We were all texting things like, "It's the nose. It's definitely the nose." Even Moms and Michelle sent a text saying, "He has such strong features," which is mom code for "I see it too," but I'm trying to be polite. It was honestly a bonding moment for us. We haven't laughed that hard in the group chat in a long time. It was just so absurd and harmless. We were all roasting Austin, roasting Jana, and just having a good time with it. It took the pressure off the official announcement vibes and just made it real. No, I know what you're wondering. Does Jana see it? Is she annoyed that everyone is comparing her beautiful newborn to her hairy brother-in-law? So I actually FaceTimed Jana later that afternoon. She looked exhausted, obviously being a new mom and all, but she was glowing. She was holding Archie, and he was sleeping. I tried to be subtle at first. I was like, "Hey, how are you feeling?" "He is so precious." And Jana, being Jana, cut right to the chase. She laughed and said, "Joy, I saw the comments. I know what everyone is saying." I was like, "Do you see it? Please tell me you see it." And she looked down at Archie, traced his little nose, and sighed with a smile. She said, when he first came out, Stephen said he looked like his grandpa. But yeah, I kind of see Austin. She wasn't mad at all. She thought it was hilarious. She told me that Stephen, her husband, was actually getting a kick out of it too. He was joking that he needs to grow a beard like Austin so he can match his own son. Jana is so chill. She's waited so long to be a mom that I think she just loves him no matter who he looks like. But she did admit that she's hoping his features soften up a bit as he grows. She was like, I don't need a mini Austin running around my house. One is enough for this family. We had a good laugh about that. We need to talk about the battle of the genes here. If you follow our family, you know the Duggar gene is strong, like really strong. Most of my nieces and nephews come out looking like carbon copies of my dad or my mom. It's like a stamp, bam, Duggar face, bam, Duggar face. But the Forsyth gene, that thing is a fighter. Austin's family has these very dominant, sharp features. It's not a round, soft look, it's angular. And somehow that gene jumped from me and Austin over to Jana and Steven and landed on Archie. It's like the gene skipped a generation and a household. We were joking that the Forsyth gene is so strong it doesn't even need to be the parent to take over. It's kind of cool though. It makes Archie unique. He doesn't look like just another grandchild, Faye 30-something. He has his own distinct look right out of the gate. And honestly, Austin is secretly proud. He walks around with his chest puffed out a little bit like, yeah, that's right. My genes are so powerful, they influence other people's kids. It's ridiculous, but it's funny. We're all waiting to see if Archie is going to start wearing cowboy boots and wanting to flip houses by the time he's 2. If he asks for a tool belt for his first birthday, we will know for sure the transformation is complete. Okay, I have to read you some of these comments because y'all are absolutely unhinged. I sat down with Austin last night and we just scrolled through the comments section on the announcement post. Some of these theories belong in a science fiction movie. There was one comment that said, did Austin accidentally sneeze near Jana during the pregnancy? Is that how this happened? That one had me crying. Another person wrote a whole paragraph analyzing the air-shaped genetics of the Wisman family versus the Forsyth family. They were using scientific terms. I was like, guys, it's not that deep. But the wildest ones are the conspiracy theories. People legitimately asking if there was some kind of secret surrogacy or egg swap. No, absolutely not. It's just a funny coincidence. But I love how invested you guys are. It shows how much you pay attention to the details. There was a poll on Twitter asking who is the father, and Austin was winning. I showed him, and he turned bright red. He was like, Joy, stop reading these. But I can't help it. It's the most entertainment I've had in months. It just goes to show that babies change so much. But right now, in this moment, Archie is giving the internet exactly what it wants, a good old-fashioned mystery. So after we stopped laughing about the Austin comparisons, we started thinking, wait, where is this actually coming from? Because obviously Jana didn't clone my husband. That would be weird. So Jill, she's the researcher of the family, started digging into the ancestry archives. We were wondering if maybe there's a common ancestor way back in the line that we forgot about. We started looking at pictures of Grandma Mary. She had very strong features, very distinctive eyes. And then we looked at Austin's side of the family. We found this one photo of Austin's great-grandfather, and y'all, it was spooky. He had the exact same nose. We're thinking that maybe, just maybe, this isn't just an Austin lookalike situation. Maybe it's a recessive gene from generations ago that just decided to pop up in 2 different people who married into the same family. It's kind of beautiful when you think about it. Genes are like little time capsules. They carry stories from people we never met. So while we're all joking about it being the Forsyth face, it might actually be a face from 1920 that's making a comeback. But honestly, it's way more fun to just blame Austin. It keeps him humble. Okay, I have a confession. I may have stayed up way too late last night with Jessa playing on that face app thing. You know, the one where you can swap genders or see what you look like when you're old. Well, we decided to run a little experiment. We took the viral photo of baby Archie and we put it into the app. First, we did an aging filter to see what Archie would look like at 30 years old. I kid you not. The result was literally just a picture of Austin with slightly better hair. I screamed! I showed it to Austin and even he got a little freaked out. He was like, okay, that's weird. That's actually me. Then tried swapping Archie's face onto Austin's body. It fit perfectly. It didn't even look like a swap. It just looked like Austin making a baby face. We were crying laughing in the living room. the kids were looking at us like we were crazy. But it just confirmed what the internet already knew: technology doesn't lie. The algorithm identified the facial structure as a 99% match. If I wasn't there when Jana gave birth, I'd be asking questions too. It was the most entertaining 10 minutes of my week, hands down. No, to be fair, I did try to play devil's advocate. I thought maybe it's just the angle. Maybe it's the way the shadow is hitting his nose. Because we all know photos can be deceiving. I remember when I posted a picture of Gideon once and everyone thought he had red hair because of the sunset, but he definitely doesn't. So I asked Jana to send me a video, not a photo, a video. I wanted to see Archie moving, turning his head, yawning, just to see if the Austin look disappeared when he wasn't frozen in time. She sent me a cute little clip of him waking up from a nap. I watched it like a hawk. And guess what? When he turned to the side, the resemblance faded a little bit from the profile. He actually looks a lot more like Stephen, Jana's husband. He has the Wisman chin for sure. But then, and this is the kicker, he turned back to the camera and sneezed. And that sneeze face, 100% Austin. It's like the Austin look comes and goes depending on his mood. If he's grumpy, Austin. If he's happy, Stephen. It's hilarious. So the theory is mostly true, but I think as he gets more expressions, we're going to see more of Jana in there too. Hopefully. The sweetest part of all this drama, though, is seeing how Austin feels about it. Austin isn't a super emotional guy. He's tough, he's practical, he works with his hands. But he has a soft spot for babies, especially his nephews. Since this whole Lookalike thing started, he feels this weird special connection to Archie. He keeps asking, when are we going to see him again? I need to teach him how to use a hammer. I'm like, babe, he can't even hold his head up yet, calm down. But he's already planning their future bonding moments. He thinks that because they look alike, they're going to act alike too. He's convinced Archie is going to be the outdoorsy, adventurous cousin. It's really cute. I think for Austin, who sometimes feels a little overwhelmed by the sheer number of Duggar siblings and in-laws, having a nephew that mirrors him makes him feel even more part of the clan. He's like, see, I've stamped my mark on this family. It's a point of pride for him. I just hope Archie doesn't inherit Austin's stubbornness. Or Jana is in for a wild ride. Okay? We have to address the funniest running joke in the family right now, the secret twin theory. The brothers, Jason and James especially, have been relentless. They keep joking that Austin and Archie are actually the same person, just in different timelines. Like some kind of sci-fi time travel movie. They'll text the group chat saying, has anyone seen Austin and Archie in the same room at the same time? Just checking. It's so stupid, but it makes us laugh every time. Austin plays along with it. He'll text back, can't talk right now. I'm busy getting my diaper changed. It's these little moments that I love about our big family. We can take a crazy internet rumor and turn it into an inside joke that brings us closer. Instead of getting offended or releasing a stiff PR statement saying please respect our privacy, we're just meme-ing ourselves. It's lighter this way. Life is too short to take a baby's nose shape seriously. But seriously, has anyone seen them in the same room? I'm just saying. We haven't talked enough about the man of the hour, Stephen. Poor Stephen. Imagine being a new dad holding your firstborn son, and the entire internet is screaming, he looks like your brother-in-law. You'd think he'd be annoyed, right? But honestly, Stephen is such a champ. I texted him separately because I wanted to check in and make sure he wasn't feeling left out of the gene pool. He sent me back a selfie of him holding Archie, and he captioned it, I'm just the guy who pays for the diapers. I laughed so hard. He's taking it in stride. He told me a joy. As long as he's healthy and happy, I don't care if he looks like Austin, Jim Bob, or the mailman. He's my boy. That's what I love about Stephen. He's so secure in who he is. He doesn't need the baby to be his mini, me to feel like a father. Plus, he pointed out that Archie actually has the Wisman ears. They're cute and small. So he's claiming that victory. We're letting him have the ears. It's the least we can do. The big question now is, will this stick? because we all know babies change faster than the weather in Arkansas. One day they look like Winston Churchill, the next day they look like a Cabbage Patch Kid. I was looking at pictures of Gideon again, and by the time he was 6 months old, his face had changed so much. He started looking more like Gideon. So I'm curious to see if Archie is going to grow out of his Austin phase. Maybe in a few months his nose will round out, his eyes will change shape, and we'll all look back at this video and say, what were we thinking? He looks exactly like Jana! That's the fun part of watching them grow. Every month is a new reveal, but I'm secretly hoping he keeps just a little bit of that Forsyth look. It's a fun connection between our families, but knowing genetics, he'll probably end up looking like someone completely random, like Cousin Amy, just to confuse us all over again. On a more serious note, though, this whole situation reminded me of how crazy it is to raise kids in the public eye. I mean, Archie is barely a week old, and he's already the subject of articles, Reddit threads, and YouTube videos. It's a lot. Jana and Steven are handling it so well, but it makes me protective. We want to share our joy with you guys because you've followed our lives for so long, but we also want to shield these little ones from the craziness. It's a balance. We laughed about the Lookalike thing because it was harmless and funny, but it's a reminder that everyone is watching every pixel of every photo. It makes me thankful that we have each other. If Jana was doing this alone, it might be overwhelming. But she can call me, she can call Jessa, and we can tell her, ignore the haters, laugh at the memes, and just kiss that baby. Having a support system who understands the weirdness of viral fame is everything. We finally got the cousins together this weekend. Gideon, Evelyn, and baby Archie. And y'all, the side-by-side comparison in real life is even funnier. Gideon was so gentle with him. He kept patting Archie's head and saying baby, but then Austin walked in and sat down next to them. It was Austin, Gideon, and Archie all in a row. My heart just melted. It was like seeing 3 versions of the same person at different stages of life. I snapped a picture, obviously, and I'm going to frame it. I told Austin, this is your legacy, babe. A whole army of serious face boys. It was a sweet moment amidst all the internet noise. It reminded me that at the end of the day, these aren't just viral topics. They're our kids. They're cousins who are going to grow up playing together, building forts, and probably getting into trouble together. And if they look alike while doing it, that just makes for better family photos. I think the reason this specific story blew up so much because it's fun. Let's be honest, there's been a lot of heavy stuff in the news lately, even around our family sometimes. But this is light. This is just people debating nose shapes and eye colors. It's a break from the drama. It's something we can all laugh about together. Fans and family alike. It's not a scandal, it's a sitcom plot. The case of the copycat baby. I think people love seeing those little quirks of nature. It makes the world feel smaller and more connected. And honestly, I love seeing how invested you guys are. It shows that you really care about Jana and her happiness. You've wanted this for her for so long. A husband, a baby, a life of her own. So even if you're arguing about who the baby looks like, underneath it all, you're just celebrating that he's here. And that means a lot to us. So what's the verdict? Is it the Forsyth genes? Is it a recessive trait from 1920? Is it just a weird camera angle? We may never know for sure. And that's okay. We're embracing the mystery. We've decided to lean into it. If Archie grows up and wants to learn how to flip houses, Uncle Austin is ready. If he wants to learn how to fly a plane, Uncle Austin is ready. We're going to claim him as an honorary Forsyth whenever we can. Life is too short to be serious all the time. If the internet wants to believe that Austin has super genes, we'll take the compliment. It's better than the alternative, so we're just going to keep laughing, keep taking pictures, and keep confusing the fans. It's what we do best. As I wrap this up, I just want to say a huge congratulations to Jana and Steven again. Lookalike drama aside, Archie is perfect. He is healthy, he is loved, and he is the newest member of this crazy, chaotic, wonderful family. Whether he looks like Austin, Steven, or looks like he just landed from Mars, he is ours. and that's the most important thing. Family isn't just about matching noses or shared DNA. It's about showing up. It's about group chats that explode at 7 a.m. It's about aunts who defend you and uncles who teach you how to be a man. Archie has a village behind him that loves him fiercely. And hey, if he ends up looking exactly like Austin when he's 18, well, at least we know he'll be a handsome guy. Thanks for hanging out with me and diving into this hilarious rabbit hole. Keep the theories coming, because we are reading that. Love y'all. Bye.